here with another video. I had promised people on Instagram that I was going to do a Jaclyn Hill parody video, and I was planning it out, and I was here like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to probably sing a song, and then I'm going to have like little clips of everything that's been going down. But then Marlena dropped a bomb on us. Okay, if you don't know, Marlena Stell is the CEO of Makeup Geek. Makeup Geek is a company, a makeup company, of course. Marlena Stell is one of the OG influencers. She's the one who basically put her foot through the door in order to get influencers paid, basically paid in their affiliate codes and things like that. And I think she needs to be more, cherished, because she's the one who did open the door for these influencers like James Charles and Patrick Starr and all of them, in order to help them be able to get compensated for their work as influencers. Going into that, Marlena Stell had been teasing on Twitter that, hey, I'm going to release this video because I have been very public in speaking out about the whole lipstick gate, as everybody's been calling it. So lipstick gate is the whole lipstick scandal with Jaclyn Hill, and how her lipsticks are coming out as contaminated metals within them. The lids have been tested positive for mold, and she's issuing refunds to everybody, but she has not stated that these lipsticks should not be used. She's been saying, oh, they're still safe to use. They're still safe to use. No, they're not safe to use. If you do have them, please don't use them. I don't care how perfect they look. They were used in a lab that was not 100% nice or clean or up to FDA standards. So please, for the sake of your health and for the sake of everybody else's worries about you, please do not use these lipsticks. So moving forward with her actual video, she dropped a video called Dear Influencers. If you want to watch it, if you have 2 hours to watch it, go ahead and go watch it. I'll put the link down below. If you don't have 2 hours, please continue watching this video, because this is going to be like a quick summary and also kind of like a who she jabbed at. And I take what I say very lightly with a grain of salt. Jab meaning like she brought up people. She brought up different kinds of people that did her wrong. She did it with the most respectful tone, and she also started the video off super positive. She was like, hey, you know, I don't want people to go into automatic cancel mode. I want to share positives about these people and people that have done good by me, but I also wanted to share my opinion. And she makes it clear that it's her opinion, it's her side of the story, because she hasn't shared her side of the story for quite a while. And I think this was a video that personally I have been waiting for, because I have seen Marlena Stell since the beginning of YouTube days when she came out in 2008, and I always wanted to buy Makeup Geek makeup, because I've always seen, like, throughout my upbringing in videos, how people would use her makeup and how people like showed a lot of praise for her makeup. I was never able to buy any makeup because I didn't know how to use makeup until the last 3 years. But either way, on that, she basically pulls out all the receipts, all the stops, after starting out with a good tone, talking about Patrick Starr and how he's amazing, and Manny MUA. They started off on a good foot, but it never got anywhere after that, after their meetings. And then finally Jaclyn Hill, who is a close friend of hers. Okay, so Jaclyn Hill and her were always close friends, because Jaclyn Hill helped bring up, well, she helped a lot with Makeup Geek's upbringing as an influencer. She made sure that Makeup Geek was on the map. She made sure that their sales were through the roof. And Marlena goes in saying, you know what, thank you so much. Without you, Makeup Geek wouldn't have happened. And it was so respectful for her to bring that up. And she said, going on from that they try to do a collab. And because emails were leaked, and if you don't know these emails were leaked during the past couple years, stating about how there were fragment emails were leaked, stating that Jaclyn Hill was supposed to do a collab with Makeup Geek, but it never went through. People thought that Jaclyn was ignoring it, or she only used Makeup Geek. But Marlena states that, you know what, there was a lot going down on her schedule and a lot going down in general, that it just didn't go through, and she didn't take it personally. You know, she had emotions about it, but she always told her, you know, hey, I'm gonna be your friend. And she reached out to her and told her all of this stuff, and she ended up giving her advice on how to start Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, and what what distributors she should go to, what were the ins and outs of a business. At some point, I guess they lost contact, but they lost contact in a way that Jaclyn Hill completely stopped talking to her. And the best way that Marlena put it was that she only wanted to talk to her when she needed something. So I took that to heart, because I have friends, I don't consider them friends right now, but they only talk to me when they need something or when they need a friend, not when they genuinely want to talk to me. So I took that really personally in a way. And she started telling her that basically Marlena went to this lab and she saw that Jaclyn was in this lab, and this was about 2016. So in 2016 they were both at the same lab, and this is when Marlena was actually coming out with concealers, and she wanted to start concealers and foundations. But when she got the concealers and she did her own quality control test, okay, her own, that means separate from the lab itself, she took a bunch of them, well, not a bunch of them, literally all of them, and inspected all of them with her own quality control team, and found that almost 60% of them had metal, had fibers, had all of this stuff in them. And she said, no, I cannot do this, we have to just throw out the whole batch. And she lost a lot of money because of it. But she also sent Jaclyn Hill saying, hey, don't do your lipsticks here, don't do your lipsticks here, because they are contaminated. All of my stuff came out like off the wall, and I'm never going to do business with this lab again. And so what she thinks is she's not going to call out, well, Marlena is not going to call out the brand itself, but basically tells Jaclyn, hey, like a heads up, like, and that's good. Like, she told her heads up. She didn't have to. She could have just let her like sink and fall at this point, but she literally warned her, even after all the stuff that had happened between them and them losing touch. And it's just crazy. And that's why she was explaining that she had to speak out personally, because as a brand owner, you have to speak out on the things that have happened. And she states it herself, whenever there was a problem with Makeup Geek, or whenever there was a problem itself, that she tried for the most part to fix it, and fix it as in acknowledged a customer's problem and automatically tackle it on, hey, what do you need? What's wrong with my thing? Nothing defensive, just, hey, you know, I'm sorry for it being wrong. And that's what Jaclyn didn't do. And that's why she had to speak out, because she felt it was wrong of a brand owner to attack people. And not only to attack people, to know the issues about that lab beforehand, because I guess this lab is known to contaminate products. It's known by other like beauty, like I guess the beauty, not the beauty community online, but the beauty community that's making these products. They know that this lab is crap. And Jaclyn Hill just says, oh, I'm just gonna ignore you and your advice because you're shady and this and that. Who knows what Jaclyn was thinking, but she did not follow the advice of Marlena Stell. Marlena Stell needed to say it out loud because of the fact that it's wrong for a person to lie. It is. All of these excuses that she made up didn't make any sense. And again, I was gonna do this nice little parody video about how none of the stuff she was saying made any sense, but this bomb was dropped. This bomb was dropped on all of us. And personally, it was kind of like a breath of fresh air, because after that, she started stating things that people were attacking her for. People were attacking her for being salty, for this. And she states, I have never had a scandal or anything, or been involved of any in this beauty drama. Yes, I've inserted myself into this situation, but it's because of the fact that basically Marlena, she told her, she warned her. She said, hey, don't do this. Don't go to that lab. But did she listen? No. That's why she wanted to insert herself. And she inserted herself in a good way. She literally said, I respect all of these people, but I need to speak my truth. I need to speak this out and speak my side of the story. Whatever opinion is necessary, but please don't cancel these people. Okay. I personally am not going to go back to Jaclyn Hill because of this, because it's big. I was a big Jaclyn Hill fan when she started out, and I bought her Morphe palette. I still have her Morphe palette. I still use it today, but it was one of the first palettes that I actually bought myself, and I felt very proud because it was such good quality. But seeing that these lipsticks just fell through, it's so sad, and it's despicable of her to lie to people. So I'm just gonna move on without that. So moving on from that, she actually talked about James Charles, and she talked about Nicol Concilio. I don't know her last name. I don't know her. I don't follow her. I could care less about her. All I know is she came out with like a collaboration with Anastasia Beverly Hills pilot. I think it was a highlighter palette. I have no idea. Don't know. Don't care, but I'll just talk about her anyways. So with that, James Charles took a jab at Marlena Stell, if you don't know, in Twitter about I don't even know when, just a couple years ago. But basically, Marlena was approached by Netflix to do a documentary on the beauty community when the whole Armageddon or Dramageddon, Beauty-mageddon, who knows what it's called. That all stuff with Manny MUA, Laura Lee and Nikita and Jeffrey was falling through. Basically, Marlena was approached by Netflix to do this documentary on the whole beauty community. And while they were actually doing this, and Netflix, well, I'm not sure if it was Netflix or Marlena kind of teased at it, like, oh, I'm going to do this documentary. Of course, James Charles comes in and is like, that was my idea. I was going to do that, and I was going to do this, and added Netflix and was like, why don't you work with me? Marlena, this woman, he says, okay, one of the comments was, this woman doesn't even know about the community. Like, and this woman, that, this woman, this. It's like, what a disrespectful brat. I said it. I'm sorry if you like James Charles, but he's a disrespectful brat. And personally, he is not taking fame humbly as somebody should. And somebody needs to check him. Somebody needs to check him really bad. And Tati tried, but then James came up with this whole, I'm gonna defend myself. But some of the stuff that Tati said was true. It was truthful, because he is, in a way, a brat. He feels like everything is his idea. He doesn't give credit to other people. He doesn't give credit to other people when he actually recreates their looks. He doesn't even talk about their name. He doesn't at them, like, or put their link down below. It bothers me so much. It bothers me so much how much disrespectful he is. And I guess Nicol Concilio, whatever her name is, jumped on the bandwagon and was dragging Marlena when she wasn't even involved in the situation, and now she's getting all this comments coming at her right now. And she posted up a thing saying, oh, I'm so sorry, I have apologized to Marlena privately, and I deleted that tweet as soon as I sent it out. But people were quick to point out, if you were so quick at, you know, putting out that tweet and deleting it, clearly that's a lie, because of the fact that the stamp mark on the tweet, it says it was posted 2 hours ago. So it's clearly that tweet spent some time on the internet before it was actually deleted. So, and everybody's stating, well, why are you apologizing now? Are you apologizing now because of the fact that, you know, you got caught, and you would have never apologized if this wasn't brought to light? And I think this just kind of affirms my beliefs that the beauty community right now is just in shambles. We should, again, I can't stress this enough, please just follow different influencers, people who aren't going to bring drama, who aren't going to be so negative, who aren't going to be entitled, like, I'm entitled to this, I'm entitled to that. Like, no, we need new people. Let's bring in these new people, please, because it is getting pretty bad. I mean, the only reason we are all talking about this and all of these drama channels are popping up is because of the fact that the beauty community is toxic. I can't believe I'm talking about this. It irked me so much, because Marlena came from such a genuine, like, place, and she reached out as much as she could to be friends with these people, to continue a positive relationship with these people, and these people just bashed her. They bashed her to the ground, and they kind of left her there. And especially Jaclyn Hill, because she goes on to say that like the components for the palette, she had to sell it in singles, and she lost a lot of money. And this is kind of when Makeup Geek started falling out of, like, the makeup scene, like the main makeup scene, because of the fact that it's kind of falling because her components, she had to sell like the same, like, outside palette container, and she's still selling it. Like, that's what shows that, you know, that whole collaboration that fell through with Jaclyn Hill, like, it really tanked her business. And even more so when her concealers couldn't come out because of that lab, that gross lab. Like, that just tanked her. And I do hope that people start buying more of her stuff. It's gonna be like a Tati thing. Like when Tati came out with her video, like people started buying her vitamins. I hope this happens with Marlena at the utmost. I hope people just boost her sales so that she can get that concealer out, get that foundation out, and hopefully, I mean, for me, I see no interest in buying Makeup Geek because I've looked through their website many times, and I mean, for me, the price point is just not there for me for where it's at right now. If I had the money, I would, but I don't have the money, so I've just been buying ColourPop. So I mean, I really hope that we have a change in the community. I just feel so irked by James Charles. I can't stand him. I blocked him, but I still comment a little bit on the posts about him because of the fact that people need to realize that this kid is a kid, okay? And take that very lightly. He's a kid, as in he's a kid that's gonna act like he's entitled to everything, that just because he was able to get this amount of followers through all of this drama, that he is able to grasp on more into people and be able to cyberbully. And that is what a lot of people were pointing out to today. The YouTuber, I didn't watch him, but the YouTuber that recently passed away, I guess James Charles had put up a post about him and saying that cyberbullying wasn't cool, but yet James cyberbullies a lot of people, which is pretty hypocritical, and it's just horrible. I don't like the beauty community anymore. I literally only watch like reviews if necessary, and I take it with a grain of salt. I take it with not a grain of salt, I take it with a spoonful of salt, because of the fact that a lot of people are lying because of sponsorships. They're lying about products, saying that it's, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Like how we've seen with Kylie's skin. Kylie's skin is not amazing. It is going to mess up your face. You can see that Kylie didn't even wear it for like 5 seconds and she like washed it off. Like they lie about those things, and they're not truthful anymore. They only want money now, and you just need to be careful with who you're watching, what they advertise, because they're not being truthful. They are only out here for the money. And I hope that I do find a lot more truthful beauty influencers. Like I said, please go for the smaller influencers. Find out who is not going to lie and who's going to be truthful, because this is a mess. This is Dramageddon 3 out here. Her lipstick gate. This is the biggest lipstick gate ever. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please subscribe and like my video. I will be coming out with more stuff. I'm still gonna come out with my Jaclyn Hill parody video. I have just been planning it and planning the lyrics to it. So yeah, please do me a favor. Please like, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. If you can, please leave me a comment down below about how you feel about the situation. If you didn't watch the video, what do you feel from my little explanation? If you did watch the video, what did you think? What was going through your mind about Marlena Stell saying all this stuff? But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Peace out.